Yep, live on Facebook.
All right, we're here. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to the ER Shred Come Alive call. My name is Sean Escobar. My wife absolutely hates this background you're looking at, so I apologize. She's like, please just make it plain and clean and white. And this is me. So I'm gonna work with this, roll with this. The ER Shred protocol is a nutritional, dietary, lifestyle empowerment protocol. By fully satiating the body, we are able to take back control of the diet, which is the common denominator of overall well-being. Food can either be your poison and your pain, or it can serve as your fuel and your fortitude. Come alive and learn to feel your way to good health for the first time. Only you can do it. ER Shred provides the tracks to run on for ultimate self-discovery. And that's what this call is. This call is to feature people that have done the ER Shred protocol and who have, realized these benefits in their own life. And we're really just highlighting them. We're just highlighting them. And we do not make any medical claims. We do not make any kinds of claims about any diseases or anything of the sort. It's really important that we put that out there. The disclaimer has been posted on Facebook as well as in the chat here on Zoom. And a little later on, we will have our nutrition guru, our nutrition coach, Jesse James Jamnick, share just a concise overview of what ER Shred is for people that don't know. Why don't we, I've got a few people that have volunteered tonight to share their testimonials. So with that in mind, I know one of those people is traveling. So Rike, I'm going to introduce you first, only because I know you're traveling. I know you're doing this, and I really appreciate it. Rike Rivera, come on and unmute yourself if you would.
I'm here.
All right, Rike. So here is the first magic question. Who introduced you to the ER Shred?
I think we should all know the answer is Sean.
So,
mine and Sean's story actually goes back to 2012 at a California pizza kitchen.
So real quick though, Rike, where are you from?
St. George.
St. George, Utah originally. Where are you living now?
In Southwest Texas, Brewster County.
All right, Southwest Texas, cool.
So we literally live on the border.
Okay. Right on the border. Okay. Well, that's fun. That's exciting. You could be a coyote.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Rike, we met all the way back in 2012, and I remember what happened because I was sitting there at a restaurant, and I remember you came around and you were, playing the manager role, and you were asking people if the food was good and so forth. And I don't do this with everybody, but I did say to you, you have a phenomenal personality. You remember that? I do. And you do have a phenomenal personality, and I meant it wholeheartedly. So what has transpired since then? Like, I've got a list of questions. I want to try to share these questions, Rike, so that we can kind of really dig into people's stories in a quick way. So the first question I've got is, what was your struggle before the ER Shred? Like, what was your struggle? What led you here?
Awesome. So, Sean, I've always been into weight training. I love hiking. I mean, everywhere that you go in your pictures, I'm like, oh, I've been there. And over the years, I've always had a weight problem. I mean, all the way back to my childhood. And, I've gone through diets. I've gone through, eating healthy. I've done the vegetarian thing. And what led me here is you invited me into the group when this group first started, and I watched. And, and everything that transpired over the years finally led to where I could get involved more and actually begin the process. And so, you know, I was like, I watched everybody's results and I wanted a piece of that. I watched everybody literally come alive in this group.
Yeah, man, you just gave me goosebumps. That's cool. That's cool because that's what it's all about. So you go on the ER shred, right? I mean, you just hit me up. You're like, hey, I want it. And so it was really not a tough sell. You're like, I want it. I'm in. So give us an idea what's transpired.
When you see the results, Sean, and you see everybody there's no better way to put it than coming alive. Okay, when you see this, the smile on people's face, that's literally what did it for me. And you mentioned meeting me in the restaurant and legitimately coming around, playing the manager role, seeing how people were doing.
Right.
All I wanted to do was take care of some people, make some people smile. And I still want to do that. I just want to do it on a much, much bigger level.
Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool. And I think you will. So give us an idea, how far into this are you?
Actually, I'm on my second shred, day 9 today. I'm doing a deep cleanse for the next 2 days, starting tomorrow.
Okay.
You mentioned it. We've been traveling. I had to take a friend up to Wyoming, so I was in the Grand Tetons this morning. When I got up and weighed myself, I had lost 4 pounds just by driving on the trip. You know, and then that being said, we're driving, Sean, and I noticed that there was a conversation about driving and having concerns about what you're going to eat.
Right.
So I'm on the ER shred. We literally bought some grass-fed meat, grass-fed butter, threw it in our cooler, and we stopped at like rest stops and used the barbecue grill along the way.
What a great idea.
Threw butter on there, and I'm eating a ribeye on the road.
That's awesome. What a great idea. So give us all an idea, and you will all get to know Rike better because Rike has come alive, and Rike is like very much on board. I'm very excited about this because this guy's awesome. So give us an idea. What were your results on the ER shred? What did you realize? What did you experience?
So, you know, I did the first shred, and the very first fast that I did, that one was a little bit hard for me. But I realized that as I was going through the shred that you know what, for lack of better terminology, all the shit I was putting in my system was not doing me any good. And after about 5 days, I started feeling my energy coming back. After the 11 days, I went through a week where I took a break, started reintroducing foods back into my diet, which, you know, I ran restaurants, so I'm very big on, hey, I got to reintroduce correctly, quickly. And so I went through the next week and I still continued to drop. I dropped another 5 pounds during that week off of the shred. And so then I just started the next shred right now. When I started the shred, I was at 248. Right now, I'm weighing in at 209.6.
Oh, snap.
So I started on 527, Sean.
How much is that and what amount of time?
Let's see. We are 22, 20, 28, 25 pounds right now in less than 30 days.
25 pounds.
So let's see, we're on the 23rd today. So we are literally at 26 days since my first shred.
Wow, dude. So now I know why you're so excited.
It's been the best thing that's worked for me, and I'm seeing the results. I mean, I'm seeing muscle that I didn't think was ever going to be there.
How old are you, Rike?
42. I will be 43 in September.
You've got one of those awesome, like, ageless faces, though. I think you look awesome, man. So
that's
tell me,
the Puerto Rican in me.
The Puerto Rican, that's right. So tell me this, Rike. What other health benefits did you realize? Like, I love to hear the weight loss because that's so telling, because, you know, that's a side benefit of good things happening. But what other health benefits did you notice?
I've been able to go hiking again, Sean.
Yeah.
I've been able to do the thing. You know, I'll be honest, I had a little bit of jealousy of you for a while because I kept seeing you go to all my favorite places back home. And I was like, man, I wish I could do that again. But the back pain that came after you met me the first time was just, I couldn't stand more than 10 minutes.
Right.
And, you know, over the last couple of years, it started going down into my legs and things like that. And it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
In less than a month. And I've tried everything over the years to get rid of it. And it went down, you know, I turned to my wife, Ash, and I told her the other day, I looked at her, I was like, "You're in trouble, honey." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, you've seen me with energy, but you have never seen me with an energy like I had in my teenage days. And I am just like, let's go.
Let's go.
We pulled into Salt Lake. I'm like, we're going to Park City. We're going to go hike up the mountains, honey. We're going to go to this river. We're going over here. And she's like, okay. I was like, no, so let's go.
Oh,
go.
Man. This dude came alive. What day did you come alive? Do you remember that did you ever have that moment of euphoria where you're like almost in tears and you're like, wait a minute, I've never felt this good before?
It's almost been like stairs. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
It's getting better.
There's some, wait, here's a little bit more. Here's a little bit. I'm on top of the world. It's like Rocky when he's running through the streets and he gets up to the top of the stairs and he's like, yeah, Adrian. That's literally how I'm feeling. I'm like, I can work out again, which I was missing. You know, we're staying at a Holiday Inn Express up here, and I'm like, okay, I'll do the call with Sean, and I'm going to go down to the gym and check it out.
How long are you here for in Salt Lake?
I am here till we will be leaving Monday morning.
Oh, dude, I got a text. Just text me, message me. You ought to just swing by. How long? Where are you at? Where about?
I'm actually out at West Valley.
You're in West Valley?
At the slide place out there
Okay.
for the kid.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, I'll message you. We ought to bump into each other because I'm only here for another week. So I would love to see you.
Me too. The only thing I got going on is we brought my son here for his Kung Fu tournament this Saturday. So it's very first one.
That's so cool. Dude, you're tripping me out with all the energy because it's just so reminiscent of what I experienced a year ago. And it's so touching for me. You and I also have a history together in terms of trauma, and I have not forgotten a single word. And so, you know, like I believe in fate. I do. I tell Jesse this all the time. Like, I believe ER Shred was fate. I believe that everyone that's in my life right now is fate. And so I'm just so grateful for you, bro.
You know, Sean, I told my wife that the other day. I was like, you know, I met Sean back in 2012. And I'm like, honey, it was fate. Yeah. I'm like, we should have talked more then, but things happen the way they're supposed to happen. So
yeah,
here we go.
Awesome. All right, brother. Well, I mean, we could end the call now, but there's other stories, but I mean, you pretty much summed it all up. I'm so happy for you.
You know what, Sean, I want to share one more thing with you because I have a friend out in Texas that started a different program 2 weeks prior to me. He's only down 16 pounds right now. And I just keep telling him, I'm like, just keep watching the results, buddy.
It gets
Let
better.
me know when you're ready.
Guess what? I wrote a trail today, and my little share for the night will be that I wrote a trail today and I made it to the top. And I also did a hike over the weekend and I made it to the top, and I feel so freaking strong. I mean, when I get to the top of these things, which, you know, I didn't used to get to the top. I used to talk myself out of getting to the top. And I get to the top now and I'm like, where are we going next? What's up? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go again. Yep. Like, I'm no Jesse Jamnick, but, you know, it's good. It's real good.
No,
on a scale of 1 to 10, Enrique, how likely would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend ER Shred to other people?
Well, 10, 12, 15. I've already been recommending it. I have a friend coming down from Austin when I get back to Texas.
Yeah.
That literally messaged me, Ricky, I want to do the shred with you.
Yeah.
So,
dude,
15, 20, Sean. Woo! Beefzilla.
Love it. Love it. All right, my man. Thank you so much. And you're welcome to hop off because you're traveling. If you want to stay on and listen to these other stories, feel free. And then if I don't message you, message me because it would sure be nice to sit down with you for a minute.
Definitely. You got it, brother. And I'm going to be watching. We're in the hotel. We're settled.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, Ricky. Is Nicole Hayes out there?
I'm here.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, Nicole, have you shared before? You look very familiar.
I have shared before,
All
about
right,
3 months ago.
I remember you. So give us question number one is, where are you from?
I'm from Collingwood, Ontario.
Oh, very cool. Oh, you're making April dance. We're dancing.
Yep.
And who was it that shared the ER shred with you?
Carolyn Rodriguez.
Oh, I love Carolyn. She is a absolute, she's unbelievable. She's tip top. So give us an idea. How long have you been doing this all along, or are you doing shreds periodically?
On Monday I'm going to be starting my 10th shred.
Oh, you're one of those veterans like so many. Okay. All right, you're getting lots of clapping. You're getting lots of clapping. So, you know, can you first tell us real quick, what was your initial ER shred result? Do you remember back that far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost 9 pounds and 11 inches my first shred.
Awesome.
And I have lost as much as 13 pounds on a shred. Like
Yeah.
so far, I've been doing this since mid-December and I have lost 50 pounds now, but I've maintained it. Like I've maintained it. So
Okay.
I am very happy.
You know, you really should be very happy.
I've lost 50 pounds and probably close to the same amount of inches.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you guys came up with this.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. So thank you for the update. Just for people out there, let me ask a few questions. What are some of the main health benefits that you've realized?
Well, my cravings, I don't have nearly as many cravings as what I used to have. Like I used to just see food and eat it, and now I don't do that anymore. Like, well, once in a while, but not hardly like what I ever used to.
Pause there, because you're going to be the teacher in the moment tonight. Pause there. What does that mean? I don't do that anymore. Like, what changed?
I just don't feel like I need it. Like I don't sit there and eat chocolate bars anymore. I don't sit there. I used to just go out and buy a bag of chips, take it home and eat it, or cookies or whatever, right? And I don't do any of that anymore.
You're 6 months, right? You're just over 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. 6 months in, since mid-December.
And you're just fully empowered.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I just don't like I don't even feel the need for it anymore. Like
what goes through your mind, Nicole? Let me ask you a question. What goes through your mind? I know what goes through my mind. I want to know what goes through your mind when you're at the grocery store and you see people and you look at their grocery carts, not from a place of judgment, but you watch people grocery shop, you watch what they're buying. You know, today I saw the older lady going through all the Twix, the Snickers and all the candy bars and piling up. What goes through your mind when you see this?
I'm like, oh man, there's such a better way to buy your food, you know? Like, and I have friends that do this with me now. Like I have another friend that started 6 weeks after I did, and she's lost more weight than I have. And like, she's lost like 54 pounds and 70 inches now. And she's amazing. I'm like, people tell me that
has she ever come on and shit?
She probably would. If I asked her.
Connect her with April. Maybe April could coax her in.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Vanessa?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I've already reached out to her twice.
Oh,
So
have
tell
you?
her.
We call it the
Tell her.
gentle nudge. We call it
If
the.
I talk to her, she might do it. She
Okay,
might do
tell
it.
her.
If I talk.
This isn't like jumping off a cliff. We're not asking people to put their life on the line, but that
No.
gentle nudge that can help. Let me ask you another question. Since you've been doing this so long, what would you say to people who say, "Oh, meat like that's expensive"? So how do people do this? Meat is expensive.
I just say all food is expensive and you got to eat anyway. So, and it's only for 11 days. Like if you're just doing the shred, it's for 11 days. So go out, buy your meat for 11 days or your 7 days or whatever you're going to do.
Right.
And do it. And then I tell people, I said, at least try it. At least try it.
Right.
If you don't want to do it again, don't do it again. But if you try it and it works, then do it again. That's what I tell them.
So is there, let me ask you another question. Is there, for you, is there any turning back in the foreseeable future?
No.
Why?
No. I keep doing it because I like the way this is. It's simple. It's not always easy, but it is simple. So
you know what I think it is, Nicole? It is simple. It's so simple that a lot of people can't see it. But I also think, you tell me if I'm correct, people have to identify their pain first. And I see people every day walking around and they're in a tremendous amount of pain, mental, emotional, physical, but they're not aware of it. And the only way they ever make a shift is when they become aware of that pain. That's what I've determined, is that people like you became so clear about that pain. And then something happens in the brain where you actually make a decision. I won't go back. I won't go back to that. And I know what got me there. I'm aware now. I'm aware of what got me there. And I won't go back.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
Yes. And I'll tell you one thing. So Carolyn Rodriguez, I'm actually her housekeeper. I go and I clean her house for her.
I remember that now. I remember when you first shared.
So when I was cleaning back in, I'd say late November, I was cleaning her house one day and I had gained probably 40 to 50 pounds over the course of a year. Like I was not in very good shape, like at all. And she said to me, she looked at me and she said, "Let me help you. Let me help you." And so I said, and she showed me pictures and everything. And I just looked at her. I said, "Okay, help me," and she did. She did. So I thank her so much, like all the time. I'm like, "Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you." Because like the first 40 pounds, I actually lost in 3 months. I lost 40 pounds, exactly 40 pounds and 40 inches in 3 months.
Yeah.
And now I've lost like another 10 pounds in the last 3 months, but I don't want to lose a whole lot more weight because like now I'm getting to the point where exactly where I want to be. So now I'm just maintaining it.
Right.
I'm maintaining where I want to be, but I'm also building more muscle. Like I have muscles in my arms. I've never in my life had muscles in my arms, my entire life. My friends' kids used to tell me that I had weak arm disease because I could barely throw the dart in the dartboard, So
Oh my God. Have you always been this outgoing and bubbly? Is this you, or is this the new you? Have you always been so,
well, I've always been an outgoing person, but even more so now. So now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've noticed that too. I've noticed my authenticity, my vulnerability, my true self. It's just one of those things, I think, that's a byproduct of feeling well.
yeah, exactly. Like I used to get I used to get like when I would sleep at night, I would get Charlie horses in the back of my legs while sleeping, like that would wake me up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I haven't had that at all since I
Right.
started doing the ER shred. Like my stepfather is a chiropractor and I used to go and see him all the time. I haven't seen him in
Wow.
a very long time now. Like that's
Yeah.
just for me. Like, and I get it for free. So if I wanted to, I could go twice a week, go see the chiropractor for free, right? But
Yeah.
I haven't needed to. And I have a very physical job too. Like I work at a really, really busy hotel at Blue Mountain up
Mhm.
here in Collingwood, and the busiest one out of all of them.
Right.
And I'm constantly running back and forth, bending, moving, stuff like that. And last year, just felt so sluggish all the time. It was taking me forever to do anything. And now I'm just like, oh, okay, we can do it.
I'm so happy for you. One last question.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel, you being 6 months? How does it make you feel when you see a new person that came alive like Ricky, my new ER shredder,
Yeah.
long time friend, but new ER shredder? What kind of feelings go through your what kind of feelings go through you as you watch him share his testimony there?
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it when people start to feel better and they can look in the mirror and say, like, oh, it's like a new me, you know?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
what goes through my mind, I don't know about you, but what goes through my mind is like, we're human and we forget. We forget how we felt before.
Yeah.
And maybe you haven't, but I'm a year into the ER shred lifestyle now, which is
Yeah.
crazy. But sometimes I forget how bad I was. And
Mhm.
now, like what you're saying, you're able to work, you're able to do your job, you're able to have endurance, you don't have to go to the chiropractor all the time. And don't forget, that's all I'm saying is don't forget how you were. And guess what? If you forget, one of the coolest things is Ricky's going to be able to come back and watch this very recording. He's going to be able to come back and watch this, and he's going to remember, even if it's a year from now, even if it's 2 years from now, he's going to remember, oh my God, I was really in a bad state. And it was like a complete 180. ER shred, man. It's like ER doesn't stand for emergency room, but Jesse and I and Bob and Susan, we all joke that it's like this ambulance shows up and they got the shock pads and they're like, cocoon, like boom, and you come back alive. And
Yeah.
it's just that special. So, Nicole, you're amazing. Thank you so much. We're going to enter you in a drawing to win free ER shred gear. So
Awesome.
maybe you'll win some ER shred gear. And thank you so much for being here. It means everything to everybody. Clap if you can see. Hopefully they can clap if you appreciate someone like Nicole coming on and sharing a 6-month update. I sure appreciate it, Nicole.
Thank you.
All right, Nicole, we'll let you run. Thanks so much. Next up, April is going to read a testimonial from a Thomas, I think it's Reitmeyer. Thomas Reitmeyer has given April permission to read his testimonial. Is that right, April?
Yes, he has, and I believe you're saying it correctly.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Reitmeyer. It's either
Yeah,
Reitmeyer or it's Reitmeyer.
right. So Thomas, if we're wrong when you watch the replay, then let us know. Okay, so yes, I reached out to Thomas a couple weeks ago, and he wasn't able to make the call, so he sent me a testimonial. So here it goes. I've been using Isagenix products for about 6 years. I went from 188 pounds to 151 pounds in a few months. Started running and doing triathlons. Over the last 6 years, my weight has gone up to 184 as of last fall, but generally staying around 160 to 165 pounds. I'd cleanse once a month or so and drink 2 shakes a day usually. Even when I went at it hard with cleansing and staying on the 2 shakes a day, couple snacks and 1 meal, I never stayed below 151 pounds for more than a day. So 184 at COVID Christmas and decided to hit it hard again. Mid-February, I'm down to my 165 again. Here we go, Bob. I see Bob Sivbright doing the shred and decided to think about it for a while. I started my first shred April 5th. I've done 4 shreds now, and I went down to 142 pounds. Measurements show a rapidly decreasing belly. My energy is high and getting even better since I started running again last week. I am enjoying the process and looking forward to seeing how far I can go with this. Being an endurance athlete, I know I have to be a little careful cleansing too much, but I know if I just listen to my body, I will be led in the right direction. I'm glad I took Bob's advice and gave the ER shred a shot. So, and earlier when we were chatting, he just kind of said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how far that this is going to affect how I feel. I'm sure my results are going to be magnified significantly. Love this protocol and love the support of the group. So,
Well, that
pretty
was
cool, eh?
That's a pretty cool testimony. April,
Yeah.
help me real quick, recap that. He was with
Yes.
Isagenix 6 years,
Yes.
and he got from 188 or whatever down to the 150s, but then it sounds as though he went back up to the 180s.
Yes, he went, back up to 184 at Christmas.
And then I get the impression that he's been doing this for 4 months and now he's down in the 140s.
Yes, so mid-February, he was down to 165. And then he started his first shred April 5th, and he's now down to 142.
142.
Yeah. So he was saying, again, earlier, since April, he's lost 19 pounds and lots of belly. So, and he wasn't.
The belly fat is probably what he's the most excited about.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and at that, he hadn't been doing much exercise either. So he was looking forward to feeling better and doing that exercise. And I know I can relate to that because with the inflammation gone and the weight loss gone,
right,
I'm feeling like an athlete. So, I mean, I don't do endurance runs or mountain climbings or those crazy 16,000 foot mountains that Jesse does, but
You know what's funny is we always do that, April. We always say, like, when I'm riding my bike today, I'm riding my bike and I'm kind of kicking myself because 2 teenagers passed me, right? And it's just, it's crazy. Like the things we do to ourselves, 2 teenagers ride past me. Well, guess what I do? I go, oh, BS. And I start chasing them, right? Because I'm like, I bet you I can beat these teenagers. I did not beat the teenagers, but the truth is, it's that competitive fire, it's in there with probably all of us. And then we always say to ourselves, like, well, I guess I'm an athlete, but I'm not like so-and-so. And then so on the ride down the mountain, I sat there and I kind of like had this, we call it active meditation, and the road is so insanely technical that you have to watch so close. You have to be so present. Otherwise, you're going to roll and you're going to hurt yourself. But I was in this state of active meditation and I started saying to myself, Sean, like, why are you competing with anyone? Like, you're here and just enjoy this. Like, don't do that to yourself. It's so weird that we do that to ourselves.
I know. There was another woman I was speaking with over the last couple of weeks, and it was the same thing. It's like, and I said it out of my mouth, so I don't know why I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, but I said, you're only in competition with yourself. Just be a better you. Like, so I don't know why I just did that. So
someone like Rike gets it, right? Like Ricky's like, oh, I'm young again. I'm charged and I'm going to go hiking and I'm going to go do this and I'm going to do that. And hopefully he doesn't make the same mistake that we do. We make that mistake of comparing. Hey, real quick, Bob, how do you feel when someone says your name associated with sharing ER Shred with them and you hear that result? How does that feel, Bob?
Immense gratitude. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Bigger dopamine hit than when I actually look in the mirror and say, man, I feel shredded. I feel better when I have stories like Connie Brittmeyer.
Yeah, isn't that great, Bob? I mean,
literally it's what fuels you and I. So what keeps us moving.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, guys, those are those testimonials.
Sean, Kathy Carmen, she's got first time sharer and she's ready to go.
Oh, hi, Kathy. Are you out there?
That is me, and I'm off mute without being told.
Oh, hey, Kathy. Hey, good to have you. So, Kathy, tell me this. Where are you from?
I'm from Stanwood, Washington.
Okay, cool. And who shared the ER Shred with you?
It was Sean Kump,
Okay,
who is personally with Lenny Evans.
Well, there you go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, Lenny is a superhero.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and apparently, so give us an idea. How long ago was that? How long have you been shredding?
So I'm one of the long-term people. I started in the end of January, but I've not been on this call. I'm very quiet on Facebook, although personality-wise, I'm usually not a quiet person. But I've completed 10 back to back since that time. I've gone every 2 weeks. I complete a shred.
Okay, all right. So let's dig a little deeper. This is amazing. So you are one of our silent ninjas that we love so much, right? Yeah, we love you. And give us an idea. What was your initial ER Shred result? And let's just focus on that first. What was your initial result?
Well, I want to share that my aha moment was before I started.
Oh.
Because I spoke with Lenny and I told him about a previous program I had done and how the weight started creeping back up. And I was very frustrated because they were supposed to help encourage me to have that not happen. And he explained to me how when the ER Shred, when you get to the point where you feel like you've made it, you add one food back in at a time to see if that's a culprit for you. And I thought, I'm in early childhood education. I work with children, and that's what we do with infants. We don't all of a sudden say you can eat solid foods and go have a 5-course meal. You have one food at a time to see how your body reacts. And I thought, I can do that. I'm disciplined. I can do it. I can follow this protocol. So to be honest, I don't remember my exact first results. I think it was around 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I do keep an ongoing list so that I have those answers. But for me, it wasn't even the weight. Okay. Within 2 weeks, I looked at my Fitbit and I saw my resting heart rate all last year was in the mid 60s. It's now in the mid 50s.
Okay.
This is the only thing that's changed. I know this is my story. I'm not sharing medical, things, but this is my story. And that's what I first noticed.
Yes.
The second thing I noticed, and this is the one I can't believe, is for over 30 years, I was unable to straighten my arms. I was a previous volleyball player, and I was not able to straighten my arms. I blame my past, and now my arm 100% straight, no issues. And I thought, what the heck? What happened? So something happened. I don't know, bone broth. I don't know, but it's literally been 30 years. Neither of my arms could straighten all the way.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow. So all the non-scale victories. I'm a scale watcher. What do you say, Sean? You haven't been on scale for 6 months. I go about 6 hours. I get on all the time, but I don't live by the scale and I'm not controlled by the scale. And I just do it because it's just fun for me.
Yes. Okay. This is really, really fun and really exciting. So now what happened? Did you just do that shred and then you did another, and then why are you still here?
So what's really funny, because I said I was disciplined, when Lenny he says to me, you go back to back to back to back until you look in the mirror and you say, darn, I look good. He said it a little bit differently. And
he said, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
I look sexy.
I look good. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not there yet.
I know that guy.
But in my clothes I am. But anyway, so I decided right then that I was going to do this until June 16th.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I didn't say June 16th. I said 10 in a row. It ended up being June 16th. I adjusted my my cleanse days because I was doing them Friday, Saturday. And then the closer we got to summer, I thought, no, I want to be able to go out and have a steak with people on those days. So I adjusted it. So I had some longer shake days. But I made the decision then to do it for 10 times. And I picked that date because a couple days later, I'm 57.
Oh my
So I was gonna do it, go all the way up to my birthday, see what happened. I wasn't 11, it's only 11 days. I was I can do this for 6 months and see what happens. And I was committed from the very beginning, no matter what the scale said.
Boy,
And then my arms were straightened and my heart rate was low and I'd go to bed and I wouldn't have pain in my legs anymore. I'm not diabetic, but I've always had, not always, about 20 years, I've had foot neuropathy that comes and goes. And it would be, I could step on a coin and think so I just stepped on a needle, or it was all different sensations. My foot neuropathy is 100% gone. And I lost all this weight previously and none of those things went away. I still couldn't straighten my arms. I still had foot neuropathy. I still hurt at night. So there is definitely something different about this protocol.
You know what? Let me put it this way, Kathy. You see my shirt?
I don't see well. No.
This shirt is Beefzilla.
Beefzilla. Okay, got it.
This is Beefzilla. This is Godzilla with a cow head on it. I had to show Bob that shirt. But the reason I want to show you that shirt is because ER Shred, what does it do? ER Shred gets us off all the culprits. And Jesse's going to talk about it. I'm not going to steal his thunder. But guess what? It's not so much a matter of what we're doing as what we're not doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're empowered, aren't you?
Exactly.
What
I have
point?
zero cravings. For
You have
anything.
zero cravings. Did you used to have cravings?
I wasn't really a craving person, but I used to eat all the time. I'd walk in the kitchen and grab a spoonful of peanut butter. Well, that's yummy. Haven't done that since January 27th.
I used to walk in the pantry and eat handfuls of nuts, and I can't even tell you how many times a day I would do it. I was starving. I mean, I was just absolutely, like Jesse talks about metabolic flexibility and how you want to eat your own arm off when, I mean, I was there. What about mental health, and not like making any claims, but like, how do you feel? How's your emotions? How's all that stuff? How's that been?
I'm just mellow. I've never been an up and down person emotionally, so that really hasn't changed.
Good.
I don't have, I stay up a little bit later. I was one that would pretty much fall asleep pretty early, but I get up early and I've extended my day. I'm not like right now, this call, one reason why I thought, oh, I can never do this call. It's 5 o'clock at night for me, my time. But I'm usually tuning out by now.
Oh,
And
man.
I have been on the call and off my day goes past that and I'm tired and I'm just not ready for it. I always watch these calls on replay.
Oh, you do? You actually
do. Every single one
watch
of them
them
on replay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you guys think, I think it's so cool because sometimes we don't have a lot of people come on the calls. Summer's tough because people are distracted, and summer, it gets tough. But you know what? Like, to hear you say that you catch the recordings, I know for Jesse, for me, for Bob, for all of us, it means a great deal to us. It actually means a lot. Would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to refer, to refer people to ER Shred for their benefit?
Let's see, what did Ricky say? 10, 12, 15? Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, I love it so much. What's cool about these stories is we didn't even know you existed.
I know, right?
And you don't realize the gift that you've given us all tonight. Natasha and Rick are on here. Adam's on here. Heather's on here. Mel's on here. April's on here. Connie's on here. Bob, even Marsh is on here. And you know what? What you don't realize is Brent is on. You've given us a gift because you're one of those people out there that, you hope what you're doing is making a difference. Mm-hmm. You just hope that you're reaching people, and you always say to yourself, I hope people appreciate what we're doing. And tonight, I don't know if you realize the extent of the gift that you've given us. It means a great, great deal. You've given back tonight. You've given back a great deal.
Thank you for sharing that. I didn't know I was coming on till about 5 minutes to 5. And then I thought, nope, I'm just going to do it. And here we are.
Now,
Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for this group and the
I'm
support.
hoping that everybody would be willing to just unmute and let's clap for all these people that shared tonight. I think it would mean a great deal to them.
Yeah, baby. Right on.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah, good story.
Good stuff.
Great shares. That was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Thanks, Kathy.
It's just awesome.
I felt like I needed to do that.
Real life heroes, you know, like these are your real life heroes. These are them. These are people who are the hero of their own story. These are not spectators. These are not people that just want to sit around at home all day and be entertained and watch other people's lives. These are people that decided that, no, I only get one life. I only get one body. I only get one chance, and I'm going to own it. And I am going to be optimal. I'm going to make the most of it. Every single person that shared tonight, they basically said enough. And they made a difference in their own life. And now they're going to go make a difference in other people's lives. Thank you so much. It's making me very emotional right now.
You know what, Sean?
Hmm.
Can I just say one thing?
Oh, of course. You
Okay.
know.
So I don't know about you guys, but I watch, infomercials or these commercials on Facebook and whatever, and you see these people, oh, I did this, and oh, I got that. And every time I see it, I'm like, these people are so fake. And when I look at our group, I know we're real. And when I tell people about the shred, I'm like, they are real people like you, like me, like him, her. And I just, it's just so real. And again, like when I look at these other things, like there's one on Facebook now for winning money, and it's like, oh, I just won $10,000 by pulling the wheel. And I'm just like, who the hell are you? Like, what, how much do you really get paid to do these commercials? And our commercials are real life, you know? So I appreciate you guys and all the real love in here.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have relationships throughout this entire
Right.
22,000 group
Yeah.
and building every day,
Yeah.
every day.
Pretty
That's
special,
awesome.
you guys. Pretty special. Okay, with that said, we're going to turn the time over. Thank you so much, April and Mel. It's beautiful. Oh my God, I just want to sit with that. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Whew. All right, Jesse, you don't have much time, but I don't think you need much time. Jesse's always so cool because he's always like, no. Like, he's like, it's not my time. It's like, it's their time. And I'll do what I need to do. Thank you for that, Jesse. And we love you. Jesse Jamnick is a certified nutrition coach. He is also a former bodybuilder. And he's also a ultra marathon runner. And he was, I don't know if a lot of you know this, he's actually a member of Team Isagenix. I don't know if you guys know this, like this guy's totally legit, like 100%. Like we didn't just endow some nobody, like this guy's legit. And thank you for your call last night with Crystal, Jesse. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure. Stop lying. You found me in a dumpster in the back of an alley. You felt bad for me. Gave me a couple bucks, and here we go. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna go after this call. Like I just want to second what you said, and Kathy, thank you so much. Enrique, thank you so much. And Nicole she's messaged me throughout. I was so excited to see her on tonight because I've talked to her a couple times and I've gotten to kind of witness, the different stages like we have with April and so many people. And I think what we're coming to realize is that, April, you just summed it up, really simple. The ER shred is no bullshit. It's no strings attached. It just gets to the point. And what's our main focus? Our main focus is helping people understand just how awesome you actually really are. we've all lost focus of that. I've lost focus of that. Sean's lost focus of that. Crystal's lost focus of that. We've all lost focus of that. And I think the 11-day ER shred, when we talk about the empowerment movement, like, yeah, it's a health protocol. Yeah, it's an 11-day thing. Yeah, we're going to get, you know, some things under control, and we'll talk about those real quick. But really what it is, it's about giving you back power of your life. And the saddest thing to me, the scariest thing to me, that the thing that scares me the most now is getting to an older age in life. And I'm looking at 90s, mid 90s, and sitting there and thinking, holy shit, like, what if I had just gone for it? What if I had just done this? And I feel like when we help people with their health, we're giving people back that courage again to say, wow, I still have so much more of life left to live. I've heard it before. People in their mid 30s and 40s are like, oh, I'm going over the hill. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on right now? Like, you're not even close to over the hill. I believe in my soul, from everything that I've studied over 20 years, that if we just fuel the body properly, and we give the body what it needs. And when I say give the body what it needs, it's very simple. It's nutrition. And when I say nutrition, it breaks down into vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Exclamation mark. That's all there is to it. And if you just wrap your mind around how simple food can actually be, you know, I get that it's confusing. I appreciate that it's confusing. There is billions and billions of dollars at play. For crying out loud, the big food companies control the government. So it's not your fault. And I love the ER shred because it's no strings attached. It's no BS. It's going to give you exactly what you need. And the best part about it is, yeah, big deal. I got certifications and I did this, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Really what this comes from is jacking this up for so long. The amount of time, the thousands of hours, the thousands and thousands of dollars spent between myself and Sean and Crystal on finding solutions and wanting to be the healthiest ever, not realizing that we just needed something like this, the ancestral way of being, but adjusted and tweaked a little bit with 21st century knowledge. And why wouldn't we use the 21st century knowledge to our advantage? It would be kind of silly, right? Also, looking back, the things that were back then, you know, are a little bit different now. They didn't have so much air pollution. They didn't have bad farming. They didn't lose the topsoil and the minerals and the nutrients in the soil, and all that stuff existed. So the ER shred, what it is, it's a simple 11-day protocol. But once you get into it, you'll very, very quickly realize when you come alive, like we talk about, that this is something that can take you through the rest of life. When I look at the ER shred lifestyle, I live it, I breathe it, I sleep it, I eat it, I dream it all the time. Every day for me is an ER shred. Do you understand? Wrap your brain around this, because yes, the 11-day protocol is going to get you back. You are off the damn tracks right now. Your locomotive has derailed. And that's the pain, and that's the issue, and that's the disease, and that's all those things, whatever those are for you. And our job is we're going to pick you up and we're going to set you straight. And we're going to do that not just because of what we've read, not just because of what some stupid book told us. We're going to do that because we tested and tried everything that you've all talked about. I've been there, high carb, low carb, counting this, 4 pieces of asparagus, prepping my entire counter with plastic dishes. Like, oh my God, it's a freaking nightmare. Half my Sunday, eating cold chicken down the road. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. So the 11-day picks you up and puts you back on, and it's just a very, very simple way to get you back to baseline. And those of you that have said yes, you understand the power of baseline. We get some confrontation sometimes. Well, why can't I have this? And why can't I have that? Well, because if your blood sugar's out of whack, I don't care if it's fruit, nectarine, orange, or banana, even though it's healthy, it's jacking your sugars up, and you don't understand what even serves you. We've had people learn that peas aren't good, that broccoli's not good. We've just been told all the time. So Crystal and I talked about this last night. Like, it is time to start asking questions and asking why, and start to kind of dig into it, especially when it comes to your health. So get yourself back to baseline. What does that mean? The purest thing. We are stripping away, in the elimination aspect of the ER shred, the most powerful part, we are stripping away all of the known culprits: the soy, the pesticides, the gluten, the artificial dyes, the colors, the sweeteners, the shit that you can't even pronounce that they put in your food to keep it shelf stable for I don't even know how many years that stuff sits on the shelf. Have you ever thought of that? I've thought about that sometimes, Sean. I've looked back and I was like, man, when I used to eat that stuff, I wonder how long it's actually been in production and process and shipping into the distribution of the grocery store, then dispersed to all across the country to the grocery stores, then in the back of their store. Then they don't put it in the front, they rotate it to the back, all the fresh stuff. So by the time I get it, I'm like, holy crap, no wonder why we aren't fueling our bodies with nutrition, right? And when you have this aha moment with food, you start to realize, like, wow, I don't need that crap. That actually doesn't serve me. We've been tricked. And we've actually taught our bodies. You see, our bodies are magnificent. Your heart will never miss a beat. Your lungs will never miss a breath. No matter how much abuse you do, maybe if you do too much, obviously, and it gets too extended, but you guys get the point. The body will adapt. So when we are stripping away all the poison, that's what fake food is. If food doesn't contain bioavailable vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, it's essentially poison to our body. So it's really, when you look at it like that, it's a simple choice, right? We're teaching you to eliminate the poison and only put in the rocket fuel. And we wonder, that's why you're coming alive. The ER Shred, again, is the protocol. It's the tracks. Like, yes, we're using amazing supplementation. We're filling the void, and we'll touch on that real quick. But really what we're doing is we're just taking it out of the way and giving your cells what they need. Giving your cells what they need to thrive at peak optimal levels. If your cells thrive, your systems thrive. If your systems thrive, now you start working together, everything gets regulated, and oh my God, all of a sudden, magic, right? That's the magic everybody talks about. Well, the magic is you're just giving you a fighting chance again. So we get back down to baseline. We regulate all of our hormones, insulin, serotonin, ghrelin, all the hormones that control the body. We regulate those, insulin being one of the most powerful ones. And that comes from, spiking blood sugars, not spiking blood sugars. So we're choosing foods that when we eat them and we consume them, our body's not going, oh my God, this is foreign substance, and throwing all things out of whack. It's just balance. It's utilizing that nutrition. It's fueling you at a cellular level, and then eventually over time you start to come alive. So we do all that. We just, we give our bodies the basics, and remember that that's literally all our cells are. You're 100 trillion little circles as a human being. So each one of those little circles needs certain things, 70 trace minerals to be exact, on a daily basis. So not just macronutrients, but micronutrients. We got to be familiar with all of that and give the body what it needs. So instead of you having to worry about all this, what do we do with the ER Shred? We keep it super simple. Here's day 1, here's day 2, here's day 3, here's day 4, here's day 5, here's day 6. Don't even confuse yourself with all the crap that I'm telling you right now. Just understand that there's so much science behind it. There's so many different things that are at play. Yeah, there's a little bit of keto, a little bit of carnivore, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because we realize the power in those things. But as a whole, they didn't serve the mass population, or at least from my experience of coaching people, I didn't see the longevity. I didn't see people that could keep going on. And with something like the ER Shred, I mean, look at what Kathy just shared. 6 months, and it's like a breeze. It's second nature, right? And we have April and Mel and all these stories of people that will have this continued success, because it's not that diet mentality. It's not that you can't have, it's that we're teaching you instead. We're educating you to be the one that's making the choice and putting you back in control. And Sean, that's really the most powerful part about this whole ER Shred concept, is giving people that power. So it's the complete opposite of a diet, where we're not just telling you what to eat or what not to eat. We're explaining to you, yes, strip it out, but just give your body what it needs so you can come alive, feel amazing. And then we start to play with other foods and see which ones of those are actually going to make you feel good and which ones are not going to make you feel good. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't, unless you want to feel like shit every day, then I guess that you can choose the other stuff. But I don't know anybody that really wants to feel like crap every single day. Why would you not want to feel alive? And that's what this is giving people the power to do. And all we're doing, guys, is we're teaching you how to eat real whole foods. nutrition, like I said, when I say real whole foods, that's a thing that's confused a lot out there. I simply mean food that contains vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So really understand that. I'm going to keep telling you that over and over and over again, because that's really what matters. So we teach you how to choose those kinds of foods, and we combine to fill the void. Remember, ancestral way, adopted with the 21st century, we fuse those things together, and that's the beautiful thing, is this magical synergy of everything working together. So we're fueling with grass-fed beef, one of the most bioavailable, nutrient-dense foods that we could possibly do, something that majority of people are not allergic to. It's not causing inflammation. We're attacking that inflammation. Kathy, you want to talk about your arm? Well, hello, no inflammation. Like, inflammation is your body at war with itself, and it's not a pretty sign of what's going on. So we're addressing all of these concepts. We're teaching you fat adaptation, the prime way that the body wants to fuel. We're showing you how to do that. Now, Sean brought up a thing called metabolic flexibility, and eventually down the road, I would love for everybody to experience that, where your body's primarily fueling on fat, but if you have some carbs, it will burn it up real quick and boom, immediately shift back over. There's absolutely no second guessing with the body at all, where now, unfortunately, 90% of the world is fueling just off glucose, carbohydrates, sugars, grains, stuff like that. And I mean, people argue, and I'm like, well, listen, how's that working for you? How's the disease in the world? How's the cancer rates going? How's the autoimmune disease? How's the cardiopulmonary disease? How's the ADHD? How's the high blood pressure, high cholesterol? I mean, the average American's on 6 to 8 pills a day. So when we talk about money and we talk about funding, somebody said, we got to spend money anyways. Well, I don't know about that. I think that this is actually a more logical way to eat, because you're fueling your body with food and you're not spending it on everything else. You're not spending it on extra visits, and you're not spending it on extra pills. You're not spending it on whatever. And we even had a shredder, who's a master insurance broker. He's a good friend of mine, showed how he saved over $50,000 because his life insurance plan got upgraded to a premium because he chose healthy. He chose healthy and is saving himself $50,000. You tell me where the money's at. You know what I mean? You spend it now on feeling amazing and having quality of life, or you spend it to keep yourself alive later on. You make a simple choice. That's part of the power of what we're giving you. And I'm bringing all this stuff up because it really does show you all of this once you realize how awesome you're supposed to feel and realize what that power of food really is. We have nutritional cleansing in there. We have tons of studies on that. Cleansing is, biblical. It's centuries old. I mean, this is nothing new. We take our science of cellular intermittent fasting, though, again, using the 21st century, partnering with our fulfillment company with our macronutrient shakes and our cleanse for life. And we teach you guys not the mainstream media way, but the actual cellular way. So you're getting to autophagy. You're releasing HGH, human growth hormone. Your levels are becoming, your insulin's becoming more, you're in more control of that. And that's a positive thing, my friends. Without me getting too deep into that, it's a positive thing. And we're teaching you basically lifestyle. And we want you to continue with this lifestyle. The ER Shred does not have an end date. There should be no end date. I don't really tell people what to do most of the time, but I promise you, you don't want an end date. There is no end date. You can have regimens, you can have times, you can have things you want to reset and go hardcore 11 days, but the lifestyle picture, why in the world would anybody not want to feel like I freaking feel every single day, whether it's 4 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night? Like, I'm just jacked up all the time. So that's what the ER Shred is, Sean. That's what I felt today to share from everything that we've heard. It's just a simple, basic thing to get you back to baseline. And really, I want you to be the driver of your own Ferrari, and that Ferrari is your body.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. I knew you'd be supercharged. I knew those results would supercharge you because those results were freaking amazing. Hey, before we thank Jesse for his presentation, Bob, do you mind giving a plug for your call tomorrow night? What's that about tomorrow night?
Oh my God, yes, thank you so much. Tomorrow night, Jan Killich is an amazing individual. I had the opportunity to get to know her through Natasha and Rick Whedon. Interestingly, they followed her at another company, Arbonne, even though they were not in her downline. Kind of similar, Sean, we're following you. But they really connected with her and her business mindset. It has one of the most compelling stories that I've ever heard. It will definitely be, it'll shock you to life, but also it's what it did to her internally to realize there had to be a better way with life balance, and how she discovered the industry and how she actually presents it. So for tomorrow night, Shredders Unite is our business aspect of how we share, how we pay it forward. But I think one of the best things that I'm really super excited from the bottom of my heart is that to be realistic, money is critical to all of us. Some are blessed to have an abundance of it, but a lot of us, this does keep us awake at night. It's one of the biggest stressors in our lives, obviously. We tend to run hard. We've got kids to raise, colleges, bills to pay. And literally towards you get my age, coming up on 60, you start thinking, holy shit, am I going to be able to retire at the level that I want to? So there's a lot of questions asked, but money is an important aspect that we can do this in the right way with the right, from heart, I would say servant heart with integrity. And it's done right, it can be a very good thing, and it allows us to do good things with it, be charitable, etc. But Jan is going to be one of the most powerful interviews I've ever done. I can't wait to hear this tomorrow night. I will learn a lot, but I think it will hit that key message of how we bring basically a servant heart type mindset and merge it with the money mindset. And it's having a positive money mindset, not the garbage. I know, Sean, you'll talk about it, but the same thing. There are good companies and there are bad companies. There are also people who do wonderful things with an abundance of money, and there are others that take advantage of others. And so, and you get the good and bad, the yin and the yang. There's the duality in life. There's hot, there's cold, there's evil, there's good. I'm just blessed. We're part of an amazing journey with all of our ER shredders. And if we can show people how to pay for it by paying it forward, or then some, maybe supporting their family financially, then we need to show you too the tracks to run on. And Jan is the person to do it. So thank you for allowing me to give the plug. But tomorrow night will be significant. It'll be substantial.
Thank you, Bob. Bob, I loved your post about your 32-inch swimsuit. That was awesome. Congratulations. That was so cool. But guys,
I was shocked.
It was awesome, Bob. Just so, and I know that was a great post. Let me just say that.
That was Colin. I got to give a shout to Colin Greenlaw, because Colin's the one who said, "Oh my God, dude, you got to post that," because I put him a picture of my new surfer shorts, and I go, "You're not going to believe this."
That's
and then
so
he was
awesome.
like, "Oh my God, put that out on Facebook." So
okay, so guys, we're going to sign off, but do get on that call tomorrow night. You can get there. You can see the post for the call, and you can also watch the call there if you want tomorrow night. But go to shreddersunite.com. That's just shreddersunite.com. Now, can we just all unmute and give Jesse a big hand, because Jesse always brings it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
thank you, Jesse.
Jesse, thanks for everybody for sharing. It was
Take care,
wonderful.
everybody.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And go,
Hey,
Jesse.
Jesse.
We love you. We love you all. Let's all go play in the group and love on all these new people that are coming along. And that's really what it's all about. I think that's why we're here. We're here to. I'll just say it one more time. It's you're leaving the burning building, and you're getting out of that burning building, and you're running away. And you see people going back, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, don't go that way. That's where the building's burning. Bad things are happening over there. We got to go this way. And then you realize these are people who are carrying buckets of water back, and they're going to save others. And this is a mission. It's a cause, and we want to help people. And that's why we're all here. So thank you, all those real life heroes.
And Sean, thank you, Sean. Thank you.
You and
let's not
Crystal.
forget you.
You got it. Sorry, Crystal couldn't be here tonight. She's with the kids, but she'll be on, next time. Thank you, guys. We love you all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good
I have a question
night.
for Bob.
Oh.
Bob, did you say that lady's name is Jan Kalage?